system.
What is it that you want to do that expresses your culture that you are currently unable to do?
I'm not be able to fly my flags.
So we've all heard the rhetoric from Nigel Farage and Reform UK. We're losing our country. It's an invasion. But what happens when someone who truly believes that calls into LBC and is confronted with evidence and facts? Well, this call is what happens. If you want to see more videos like this, show your support by hitting the like and subscribe buttons, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss a video. Now let's watch this together, and then I'll give you my thoughts at the end.
Let's return now to our discussion about the party conferences and what we took away from them and whether they moved our dial at all. Gary has called from Alton. What would you like to say?
Yeah, it's well, I was going to say the reason why I voted Reform, and I'm a Reform member now, is because I just want my country back, and I think Reform are going to win. If you want me to say that, is the reason why that is because I'm losing my culture, and my child at school is being intimidated by people in the sense of he's losing his identity. It feels like, and we just feel lost in the system.
What is it that you want to do that expresses your culture that you are currently unable to do?
I'm not be able to fly my flags in the garden and things.
You can fly your flag in the garden.
Not really. The council told me to put it down.
In your garden?
Because I had two at the back, but the one at the front was quite a big one, and they're saying that's not allowed. I mean, it's not big. I mean, it's bigger than two windows, but
right.
At the end of the day, look, I'm not a racist, but I do, because I go get takeaways and that, and I speak to people in the shops. I'm not racist, but at the end of the day, I just feel that we've been pushed out our own people, and it needs Nigel Farage sounds like he knows what he's doing.
Okay, other than I'm really intrigued by this. Other than flying a flag that the council deemed to be inappropriately large, how else do you feel that you are not allowed to express your culture right now?
We're not allowed to, in the sense of we're not allowed to, we just feel like the churches and things are being over by the mosque. We feel that we are actually.
Do you go to church every Sunday?
I do sometimes, but the thing is, at the moment, we just feel that everything is being stopped or pushed around us. We can't actually. But you can go to church,
can't you? Because you said that you do go to church sometimes, so you have that
sometimes,
option.
But like I said, at the end of the day, I feel the money even in our pockets, jobs and stuff, benefits are being pushed tightened because of this. They're coming in. Nigel Farage said invasion. He used the word invasion.
Yes, he did, and that's very incendiary language. But you know that the majority of people who choose to come to this country, they contribute more than they take out. The majority of people who come here as immigrants work, and consistently in studies have been shown to contribute more than they take.
Nigel Farage says that they are taking our jobs, and they are going to, if we keep letting it happen, there's 79 million in this country. We're going to be overrun, and there's going to be no more, even the conservative white faces left.
Well, I mean, at current, if immigration continues at its current rate, the most liberal projections, so the most exaggerated projections, say that by 2060 there may be 10 million Muslim people who live in this country, in a population of almost 80 million. So that's still only 1 in 8 people. There would still be plenty of white Christian faces amongst the 7 in 8.
Right, well, I don't know about that, but I mean, on the TV it sounds like we are being overrun for what he's saying. He's a good talker, he knows what he's talking about in the sense of he's one of us, and he's a normal person, if you know what I mean. He's not like...
Nigel Farage earned £1 million last year alone through second jobs on top of his MP job. Do you think that makes him a normal person?
Well, he didn't go to Eton, did he? He didn't go to Eton like...
No, he went to Durham, which... not Durham. He went to Dulwich College, which is a little bit like Eton, but not quite as posh, but only one echelon down. It's certainly not a bog standard comp.
You wouldn't see Nigel Farage like Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer doesn't seem to be doing anything, does he? To be fair.
I'm not Keir Starmer's biggest fan. But I don't think that Nigel Farage would be better for this country. I think it's very easy for him to promise things. He promised, didn't he, that if we Brexited, immigration would go down, whereas actually it has increased. And it also took us out of the Dublin Convention, which meant that we couldn't send the boats that are coming across the Channel. We did have a reciprocal agreement before Brexit, which meant that we were able to send those boats back to France, but we lost that because of Brexit. So because of something that Nigel Farage was a key architect of, we have seen immigration increase. So that doesn't give me a lot of faith in anything that he says, really.
I mean, you sound a lot smarter than me. I mean, I'm not clever like you, but at the end of the day, I just know that facts is facts, and if somebody's talking away, Farage does, and Lee Evans, what's his name, Lee from Ashfield. He sounds
Lee
like
Anderson.
He's a normal person. You know what I mean? He just sounds like somebody who's struggling and somebody that wants to get on the ladder, and everyone else is being, pushed away from other people coming in and stuff. I mean, I'm not going to go at everyone.
No, I know you're not. I think maybe there's a thing about accents here. I mean, I went to state school. I came from a low income family. I feel like as a woman, a working class woman, I've had to work pretty hard to get where I am today. And I really don't have an agenda other than wanting things to be better and more equal for everyone. So all I would ask you, Gary, is just to have a think about some of the things that I have said today.
No, I will do. I mean, again, I can see you're a woman of colour, aren't you? So if Farage did get in, then that could be a problem for you as well, yes.
Yeah, for me and my family, but it's not just about me. It's about the fact that I'm not sponsored by anyone. I'm not paid by anyone. I don't go to dinners with lobbyists or accept bribes from the Kremlin like former members of the Reform Party have been proven to do. I just want things to be better for everyone, and I promise you that is absolutely true. So Gary, thank you so much for listening to me, and thank you for your call.
Wow. So Natasha, I felt, did a really good job there. She dismantled his arguments piece by piece using his own very flawed logic against him. Notice her method. She started with simple questions, and when he said he was losing his culture, she simply asked, what is it that you want to do that you're currently unable to do? Which forces him to name something specific, and his examples, a planning dispute over a large flag and a vague feeling about churches, immediately fall apart under scrutiny. And I thought it was funny the moment she shattered his perception of his hero. Gary called Farage a normal person, one of us, and Natasha simply said he earned £1 million last year and went to Dulwich College, an elite private school. The entire man of the people image is just a complete and utter facade. Farage is much more comfortable in the Savoy with a bottle of expensive red wine than he is with a flat cap and a cigarette and a pie in his hand. But that's the image he likes to portray because he knows that there's a significant number of people in the country silly enough to believe it. And then she exposed the central hypocrisy of Brexit. Farage promised his followers lower immigration, and Natasha points out that not only did immigration increase after Brexit, but Farage's policy, Brexit, removed the very tool we had to send boats back to France, which was the Dublin Convention. And obviously, the caller, Gary, didn't know anything about this. And obviously, in the end, he concedes, as this happens quite a lot, especially with James O'Brien calls. He says, you're a lot smarter than me. He didn't get angry. He was presented with facts so clearly that his entire argument collapsed and he had to acknowledge it. But the sad thing about it is, he will still come away from that call believing the things he believes, believing he's right, and thinking that Natasha is just a woke lefty who doesn't have a clue about the real world. And the cold, hard reality of it is that people like Gary are desperate for a hero. There's a significant number of people in our society who are desperate to be led. They want to be told what to do, and they want to be given prizes for following along. And I hate to disappoint him and people like him, but Farage is not going to do anything to improve the lives of the poorest. I can, mark this video, mark this day, come back to it in 3, 5, 7 years if and when Farage gets into office, God forbid, and your life hasn't improved a single jot. That's the reality of the situation. If you want to see more videos like this, then hit the like and subscribe buttons, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching.